Hey everybody, Brian Blessing coming to you from Las Vegas. And we invite you to check out the feature pick of the day from oddsworthbetting.com, available to you below this video. We're hanging out here at Oasis. If you ever come to Vegas, we do our radio show, Sportsbook Radio, here every Thursday at noon. We're on Decatur near the corner of Trop. Come on by, lunchtime with the line makers. Always a great time. We invite you to come to Vegas, stop by and say hi. And we're going to get ready for a very big Friday and build that bankroll heading into the weekend. Again, oddsworthbetting.com. Featured pick of the day is available to you below this video. You know, college basketball on Friday, generally light schedule, Metro Atlantic, Ivy League games, Manhattan, Iona on the docket Friday night, Siena and Quinnipiac. Ohio, Akron, we get a MAC game. Pretty big game here for Akron. Valpo's at Cleveland State, and Harvard has a date with Cornell. So again, it's a light schedule here on a Friday night in college basketball. But man alive, the NBA schedule maker, boy, he's putting these guys to work. 14 games on Friday night in the NBA. Some of the featured games, Orlando is at Atlanta, Cleveland at Indiana. This will be interesting for Cleveland. You go from playing the high-octane offense of Golden State to the defensive-minded Indiana Pacers on the road. Golden State at Toronto. That is one of the marquee games of the evening, without doubt. Toronto, great season in the East. And the Warriors keep rolling right along in the West. Minnesota will be at Chicago. You got Kevin Garnett back in for the T-Wolves. And the sad news, and it really is sad news, Derrick Rose. Boy, you feel bad for this kid. I made the analogy on my radio show, unfortunately being old enough to remember. It really harkens back. I remember I used to watch Dr. J in the ABA. People don't realize how great he was. And that Nets ABA team, they could have won NBA titles. And then right after Dr. J in the ABA, Bernard King with the Knicks in the NBA was absolutely unbelievable. It was must-see TV. And it was such a short window because once he had the knee injury, he just wasn't the same player. So sad set of circumstances for Derrick Rose. Brooklyn will be at Houston. Houston finally gets a win, snap a 7-game losing streak against the Clippers. The Clippers move on to take on Memphis, who are back home coming off a loss at the hands of the Sacramento Kings. Miami at New Orleans, injury concerns for both teams. And then you look at San Antonio at Sacramento, Spurs trying to right that ship, and Oklahoma City and Portland. That's quite the get-out game Friday night in the NBA. NHL, 5 games on the docket. Colorado is at Dallas. Let's throw these little cautions out there. I'd be very leery of ever playing an under with the Colorado Avalanche. Patrick Waugh will pull the goaltender with 4 minutes to go in the game. So you bet under in a Colorado game, they better have the lead. Boston is at New Jersey. New Jersey, awful loss to Calgary, but the Devils have actually been playing pretty good. Calgary at the Islanders. Calgary got the win over New Jersey. Washington is at Carolina, and I don't think Washington's going to be in good humor at all. Ovechkin was really ticked off after a hard-fought loss at the hands of the Penguins on Wednesday night. Boy, what a series that is when those two teams get together. Chicago's at Tampa Bay, the Florida Swing. Blackhawks life without Patrick Kane. You know, a lot of people writing Chicago off. That could be a big mistake. Don't forget, Marian Hossa. You know, Taves we know is a monster, but Marian Hossa is a world-class player who's capable of putting a team on his shoulders. So it's a huge loss, don't get me wrong. But don't write the Blackhawks off just yet. In fact, if that number really goes up for a future to win the Cup, I'd jump all in. And then a great game out west. The Kings at Anaheim turning into quite the little rivalry. Gearing up for a busy Saturday, some of the marquee games, college basketball. Number 1, Kentucky's got a tough test hosting number 18, Arkansas. Little rivalry for Virginia hosting Virginia Tech. May not be pretty for the Hokies. Boy, this is a good game. BYU's at Gonzaga. And in the Pac-12, a good one on Saturday, Arizona and Utah. We'll be back in this space on Saturday to get you ready for the busy day. Don't forget, you can build your bankroll heading into the weekend. Oddsworthbetting.com featured pick of the day available to you right below this video. Brian Blessing in Las Vegas. Don't forget, we're at Oasis every Thursday with Sportsbook Radio. Lunchtime with the line makers. Come on by, have a frosty beverage.